These are your evening headlines for February 9th, 2026, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Kimber Pierce. RootsTech is the world's premier family discovery and genealogy conference, and it's less than a month away. The conference will be in Salt Lake City, March 5th through 7th. RootsTech gathers experts in genealogical work and family history to share information on the newest techniques and methods of family history work.
There's so many companies and there's technology databases where people can search and find records, but there wasn't one single event that brought everyone together. So RootsTech exists to do that, to bring the whole industry together. It's a time for us to all get together to talk about the latest advancements and the ways that people can find records.
RootsTech marketing manager Erin Schertz discovered her love of family history when studying at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. While working for RootsTech for the past 3 years, she has seen the technology behind family history work change considerably.
Artificial intelligence is really changing and enhancing the way that we can do our family history. It's quite amazing to see how that is being implemented. There's a lot of companies that are coming to RootsTech that are really focusing on their AI strategy, because the truth is that there's so much out there that it's hard to know where to start. And artificial intelligence is really helping people discover that plan and find out how needs to do their family histories.
RootsTech also offers a free online option for anyone unable to attend the conference in person. RootsTech Online allows people to view online sessions, watch keynote speakers, and have the ability to interact with other online attendees. Anyone looking to continue their family history work, or for those just beginning, RootsTech has many workshops, classes, and speakers.
Our schedule is open right now on rootstech.org. And you can go and set up your own schedule for free. You can go and just decide on which classes you want to watch at which times and then tune in during the live event to watch those.
Again, the RootsTech conference will be held March 5th through 7th in Salt Lake City. Registration, speakers, class scheduling, and more information about the RootsTech conference are available at rootstech.org. Hannah Haneberg tells us all about pond skimming at BYU-Idaho.
So let's hear it for our contestants tonight.
Cheers echoed across the BYU-Idaho campus Friday night as students dressed in funky costumes braved an icy slope hoping to make it across rather than into a cold pond waiting at the bottom. Pond skimming has long been a tradition of BYU-Idaho's Spirit Week, Snowfest, and made its return last year after a 10-year hiatus. Based on the cheers from the crowd, it's easy to see why the event came back, as both participants and spectators brought high energy into the night. Even with a wipeout into the barrier, participant Dawson Anderson was in high spirits.
It was incredible. I'll be back next year.
Participants were judged in 2 categories, distance and style. In this year's competition, many seemed to prioritize style, flipping and maneuvering off the jump, often landing in the icy water instead of skimming across it. Justin Howard, a skier dressed as Cupid, planned to shoot his arrow at the bottom of the slope.
Style points, that's the name of the game. That's 100% the reason.
Costumes ranged from students dressed as BYU-Idaho President Alvin F. Meredith III and Sister Jennifer Meredith to a group of friends coordinating as characters from Nacho Libre. Jaya Case, a first-year participant, was dressed as a bride and was ready to throw her bouquet.
I just wanted to represent the spirit of BYU I do through Ring by Spring.
One challenge in making pond skimming happen this year was the lack of natural snow. Participant Nicole Helfrich felt shortchanged.
It is a little disappointing. I think they should have renamed it to Dirt Fest, Grass Fest maybe.
However, with the help of snow machines and bales of hay, organizers were able to create a man-made slope. Lizzie Stockberger, a member of the Spirit Events team, said plans had to change quickly due to the lack of snow.
We originally had a bunch of different plans involving a lot of snow, but quickly we had to switch it because we had lots of different activities and stuff we were going to use the snow for, but since there's no snow, we had to just adapt real quick and create other activities.
Despite limited snowfall, joyful hollering and cheering followed every skier down the slope, making pond skimming a successful night of school spirit.
It's freaking lit. If you're not here, you should be.
5 for distance and a 9 for style. Let's hear it for Nacho Libre!
For BYU Idaho Radio, I'm Hannah Haneberg.
The BYU Cougars are finding themselves in a mid-season slump. Austin Pace has the story.
After coming in at number 8 in the AP Top 25 preseason poll, a mid-season losing streak has dropped the BYU Cougars to number 22 in the most recent Top 25 poll. BYU has dropped 5 of their last 6 games, with 4 of those coming against top 15 opponents. Their 6 total losses come from 5 top 15 teams and an outlying loss to Oklahoma State. Their most recent, a home loss against number 8 Houston.
We're upset that we didn't win the game. We another great opportunity that we let go, which is unfortunately for us has been too many against the highest of caliber teams in the country. We can't seem to finish the job, and that's disappointing.
The Cougars lost 77-66, shooting 40% from the field, 36% from 3, but a shocking 57% from the free throw line. Not only that, but the Cougars were out-rebounded this game 36-40, giving Houston 13 offensive rebounds, which turned into 17 second-chance points for Houston. In the post-game news conference, freshman forward A.J. DeBonsta said that was why they came up short.
The main thing was just them being on the glass more. It's kind of the identity that kind of crashed the glass as good as anybody, if not better than everybody, so we just tried to master physicality on the glass, but obviously we came up short.
Head coach Kevin Young said disappointed or disappointing several times throughout the post-game news conference, referencing rebounding and free throws, which about sums up Saturday's game for BYU fans.
It felt like, we had our chances and didn't capitalize. And the disappointing part is, I said, hey, man, look, this game's going to get won or lost on the glass, and we weren't able to come up with it.
Only 6 BYU players scored this game, and only 2 of the 6 scored in double figures. DeBonsta led all scorers with 28 points, and Robert Wright III had 17. Richie Saunders went ice cold, shooting 2 for 14 and recording only 7 points. The Cougars will be back in action and are looking to find a way out of their slump as they travel to Texas to take on the Baylor Bears on Tuesday at 5 p.m. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace.
These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for February 9th, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More new interviews and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.